Ladies and gentlemen, we have a big return to the women's division in AEW tonight. Britt Baker came back, and it turns out she actually was injured, and it sounds like it was a pretty serious injury. Kiddo Valentine, what do you think about this? And did you hear that she was going out to take care of Adam Cole, or did you know she was injured? Because I had no idea.
Yeah, to me, she was like missing a whole bunch of time. Then I heard from you that she was originally supposed to take care of Adam Cole or something like that, and then she got injured. Whatever happened, it just lasted for a very long time. And at that point, I thought like maybe she had a disagreement with Tony, with somebody backstage, and like this doesn't seem to add up. But yeah, she's finally back. And I think we learned the reason why. And it's actually, I don't think we still have 100% on exactly what's going on here. But what we heard so far has been, it's been kind of crazy. I wasn't expecting it. Sounds serious.
Yeah, it did sound serious, and it sounds like it was something that maybe she was out taking care of Adam Cole, because she said it was just one day, like she was fine, and she was trying to open a water bottle one day, and then she couldn't open a water bottle, and it turns out she had an STD or what's the thing called? USA or some type of mini stroke. I don't know the acronym or the letters for it, but something. And then, she said, I don't care about an injury. I can work through them, but this was actually worse than the injury. Brian, when she said this, were you surprised, or did you have an idea she was injured?
Nah, I mean, injuries, this is much different than an injury for me, because an injury, like, you can be injured, but most injuries we hear about in wrestling aren't like life-threatening. Like, to me, a stroke, mini stroke, whatever it is, like, that's pretty life-threatening to me. So it makes a whole lot of sense, and just the severity of what this could be is probably most likely why they kept it under wraps for so long, and they let her tell her story. So it all kind of makes sense now. I honestly thought Tony just ain't want to put her on TV at one point, because we were like, dude, we haven't heard nothing new. Apparently she went out to take care of Adam Cole. We see Adam Cole on TV, so why is she not on TV? But glad she's doing all right. But that does sound very severe, especially for her age. And that's what it is. But Kenny, to go back to your point, to TIA.
TIA, so not UTI, not STD, it was a TIA. But that is a good point you make there. I don't even know if this thing is wrestling related or if it's something health related, because she's 33, I believe, and that's pretty young. So I don't know what's going on with her having strokes and stuff, but I'm glad to see her back. She did say she's cleared. She's back in the AEW ring, and I think she's back in the AEW ring at the perfect time, because we have the perfect baby face going up against the perfect heel. Now, we were talking earlier off camera, and we mentioned the point that they didn't turn Mercedes Moné heel. The crowd turned her heel, or Mercedes Moné, however you say her name. And I think this is the best way to do a heel turn. You let the crowd decide it. When it happened with Cody Rhodes, he pushed against it. Apparently, John Cena wanted to take up that heel role when the crowd was booing him, but Vince McMahon said, buddy, that's what we're not doing. You're our cash cow, and you're making us too much money, so we're staying on course. So for Mercedes Moné, just in the next week to be like, okay, they're booing me, so I'm taking in that heel persona. Do y'all think this was a good idea, or are they paying her too much money to not be their lead babyface woman, Kiddo?
As long as she rakes in the views, brings those out to the product, I don't see it as something wrong. I think it's actually the correct point. The correct thing to do, unlike it's something you brought up and it stuck with me, so I'm gonna say it as well on video this time. You talked about Cody Rhodes. I mean, Cody Rhodes, for a long time, people were calling him Homelander, and they wanted him to turn heel. Like, he was throwing his belt and it was getting thrown back. It was exactly the John Cena situation for many years, or the Roman Reigns situation. John Cena never turned heel. Wasn't great. Cody Rhodes never turned heel. I mean, just like John Cena did some great stuff, but at the end of the day, it wasn't great as it could have been. Roman Reigns turned heel, and then you saw what happened. So it's the right thing to do. It's only the right thing to do, and I'm surprised. I don't know where this decision came from, but I hope she continues this. I hope next week she doesn't act like a babyface. I think Sasha Banks or Mercedes Moné, I think she's the greatest. Yeah, you're right. I think she's at her best though when she is a heel. Like, babyface, like as a person, I feel like she just fits a heel so much better. I feel like.
Yes, like I was telling y'all earlier before we get to Brian, she did an interview with I think it was Hot 97, and the lady asked her like, "What's the worst gear you ever had?" And she said, "Oh, my husband does my gear, and he made me a gear for Money in the Bank." And I was like, "This is disgusting." I looked in his eyes and said, "This is the ugliest thing I ever."
Damn.
Like, ma'am, what are you doing? Like, if you don't like the gear, say you don't like the gear. Why are you telling everybody you dressing your husband down like this, turning him into pretty much nothing? Disgusting. And I don't know if I like her as a person, but you know what? As a heel gimmick, maybe, if she brings her personality in here, we can make it work. Brian,
Goddamn Twitter. Anyways, yeah, let's go ahead.
I missed it. Is it going to go crazy on the video?
We'll see when we upload it.
Brian, what do you think about the heel Mercedes Moné?
I think it's the best thing for her, man. I think character-wise, she needs that. We need a little bit of edgier stuff with her. As her run in AEW, man, some may say I'm tripping, but it hasn't been that good to me. She's wrestled 3 matches and she holds 2 belts.
There she is.
Just keeping it a buck, man. You know what I'm saying?
So the sun hitting that.
I think right now I think right now she needs this heel persona, and I'm glad that she's leaning into it, because I think this is the best version of Mercedes Moné or Sasha Banks, whatever you call her. I think this is the best version. I think we're in for some good stuff, and I don't think they're paying her money for merch, as AEW probably has the worst wrestling merch. So I think it's more of just getting the product up and running, getting more views in there, and I think heel Mercedes can do just that for the women's division.
AEW just caught a stray for no reason, bro. Why you had to bring up the merch? It's cool.
Bro, the merch sucks.
She's the highest paid woman in wrestling history, and you talking about merch money? Come on, man.
No, bro, because you asked that earlier. You said, "Oh, do you think this is going to hurt AEW's pockets?" And obviously, when you think about pockets and a wrestler, you talk about merch. She not selling merch anyway. The merch is butt.
All right, y'all, we're going to let him have it. But speaking of butt, Brit Baker came in here and told us exactly what she wanted. Wasted no time. She said, listen, I've been in here busting it since day one. I was the first woman signed to AEW. I was in here killing it, blood, sweat, and tears. While I was in here at All In last year, you were home like a broke bitch, sitting in the crowd looking like one too. And I was like, zing. All right, what you want? Tell us what you want, Brittany. And then she said, I want you at All In. So if she's worthless and she's nothing, Britt Baker, why are you challenging her at what is it? All in. Why aren't you go get Tony Storm? But I mean, hey, it is what it is. I do think this is the best feud for them right now. What about y'all? Is this the right match for All In, or should they have put Brittany in there with say Tony Storm and maybe have the TBS Women's Champion go up against the Women's Champion down the line with Sasha and Mercedes?
No, this is the right match. But the only question I have right now is, who goes over?
Bro, come on. You know who's going over. Kiddo, do you want to hit the phrase for us?
It doesn't work for me, brother.
Doesn't work for me, brother. Britt Baker's going to say, I'm going to hit you with the finish. 1, 2, 3, Sasha. She's not going to have it, bro. I think 100%. There's absolutely no way Sasha Banks takes it.
My thing is, you kill your top baby, so you kill your top women's baby face that fast.
Oh,
on her return too.
Do you kill your top woman's baby face on her return, or do you kill your cash cow?
I don't think that kills her, though. I don't think that kills her.
Apparently, they think, like, what did Mercedes say? Tony Khan sees me as the greatest women's wrestler of all time.
Tony Khan sees a lot of things.
He thinks she's the money.
Yeah, Tony Khan sees a lot of things. That brother, I don't know, man.
Y'all always gotta hate on my boy Tony, man. Who's gonna win the match? Just tell me who's gonna win the match.
It's not Britt anymore, man. She, just like Mercedes Moné said, she's a bitch. Let's get it. It's already over 8 minutes now. We can say it. I think we'll be safe. Here's the thing. This is what Mercedes Moné did to Britt Baker. Pushed her right in the face, and Britt just took it like the same word. I'm not gonna say it again. I'm not gonna push her chances. But that's as a baby face. Should have been fists. And after that, I was like, all right, I'm behind Mercedes Moné now, because what are you doing, man?
She did. She like put her hand in her face. Bad.
I think Britt Baker goes over.
Whoa, Brian, you say Britt Baker goes over.
Why?
Mercedes has 2 belts.
They said, Britt said specifically, I challenge you at All In. That's it. There's no title mention of any title. Not one, not 2.
True. That's true. That's a good point. If the title's not on the line, then Britt probably goes over. But if it is, it's not happening. Mercedes Moné,
W. That's right.